Hello. If you caught that on a recording, then let us know what you think. That's my new intro for Christmas for my Mindset Explosion Facebook Live. So you can catch that Sundays off my Facebook profile or Mindset Explosion page. 7:30 every Sunday, unless there's a Christmas thing going on. So I think I'm going up to about the 20th of December, whatever month we're in right now. And Natalie, if you're watching, you're on tomorrow. So look at, not tomorrow, I thought it was Saturday. It's still Friday. You're on Sunday, depending on when you watch it. Well, obviously, you watch it tomorrow, it will be. So I'm just going to witter on for a little bit. If you're watching this on the rerun, just going to allow some people to come on to the live. But I know it's Friday, so I don't want to be too long tonight, but it's a closing party, our final day. Last chance to ask me some questions. Well, the group, I'll talk to you at the end, but the group will be available until Tuesday. Okay, so if I've got questions and you're watching on a replay, then yeah, drop them in. I can't promise I'll get back to them, straight away. As I have got my children with me, and it's family time. I am exhausted. Hopefully, you've been busy implementing everything, okay, and doing all the tasks that I've set you. And I've absolutely loved seeing some of the stuff that's come back. Real proud of you guys for getting stuck into it and giving it a go. And even though, if some of you I know more like watching, and that's okay, but let me know how you get on, or how you have done. All right, but make sure you watch to the end. So I will want to talk to you about what's going to happen with this group, and the content that's in there. So, it was only a 5-day challenge, and obviously I have put a lot of time. You only see me for 5 minutes in the morning, and obviously you're off doing your challenge, part of the challenge. But it's putting it together. You probably see you've got bags under my eyes. Anyway, that's another story. But I've enjoyed it, and I've learned a lot by doing running this type of challenge. So I will be doing a few more in the future, and I'll talk to you about what that might mean. Anyway. All right, so it's Friday evening. So look, I'm just curious how you got on with today's task. There's quite a little bit vague in some parts, but I just really wanted to set you off, just dip you in the water with it and let go. When I was young, once I was swimming with my dad, and I wouldn't get out of the pool, and he said, "Well, I'll let your armbands down," and I said I didn't believe him, and he did. And then I swam to the side. I wouldn't recommend that as a way of teaching your children to swim. But sometimes, we just got to go in the deep water a little bit. But I've been guiding you all the way. I've been keeping an eye on things. But so I'm interested to see how you got on today. So let me know. And if you've done a post, tag it in the comments below. Really important. Give it a link. And that way, anyone that catches it, hopefully they will be so kind to go and drop a like on there or a heart for you. All right, I will. Maybe we could do 7-word comment, and that helps really well. So there you go. There's a little tip for you. If you can get some people together where you will share content and you agree that maybe just one a day, and don't have too many in your little group. Otherwise, that's all you'll be doing. But you put 7 words on there, maybe a little emoji, and that's a great way of building up a little bit of engagement. It gets the post working in the algorithm. Okay, so let me know what content you did today. What was your biggest takeaway? What have you got the most from this week? So some of the stuff you may have been okay with, right? You might have been doing some of those things already, so that doesn't count. If you're doing something already, then you're pretty much there. Or you may have picked up a little way of tweaking that. By the way, remember, I got my glass of wine ready because it's celebration night. So let me know, what has been your biggest takeaway from this week? What have you got the most out of it? And if you was to do the challenge again, what would you do differently? So if you was to, even if it's the same thing, like what would you do differently? How would you approach it? I've learned this week, there's a couple of things I might have put in a different area, or maybe taken some stuff out, spent a bit more time on maybe one area. So maybe if I do this again, then it will be slightly different. I probably wouldn't have done the Facebook Live. I feel that's a good challenge in itself for a week. So the workshop I did last week, those that missed it, there was I think on today's worksheet there is a link to that in Facebook, in YouTube. Okay, so it is still about, or for how long I don't know. We'll just have to see. Yeah. So keep following me for stuff, and you'll get links to some more stuff. I will be doing more kind of like challenges like this, but it is very intense. And there is a downside to a challenge like this, is that I'm just stuck in a group, so I can only answer the questions that you put in. So I would have been nice to get more, but I know where I've gone wrong on trying to create that the momentum on there, and I've learned loads about building up little landing pages as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Normally I got someone else to do it for me, but I wanted to do it myself on this one. So if you're just joining us, let me know, how have you found this week? All right. What have you got the most from this week? What's been your biggest takeaway? How did you get on with the content we created today? All right. I promise I'm not going to keep you long because it's Friday evening. I want to spend some time with my children. So let me know, put some comments in. What did you get the most from this week? And was there an area you wanted me to cover more of? So if we was to do this again, like, would there be, I'd rather just focus on this one area. If so, what would it be? What was the area you would really like that more time on? And it's important how, if you tell me, then I can understand that again for some of the future challenges that I'm going to be doing. And like yesterday, I finished up the Ask Me Anything Live, and I was straight into my own mastermind that I'm part of. And I'm just constantly getting some great tips and learning new things. So that was a big, and just for that, I was late, unfortunately, because we've been doing a challenge, but massive eye opener. So it was so beneficial that I could have chose to relax, and I should do, because I need next week's my relax time. But I got so much just in that last half hour. Just logging in and catching on. It was my last one until the new year now, anyway. So again, let me know if there was an area you wanted to see more of. I've loved seeing the results this week. Okay, so even if it was just one set of results that if you couldn't complete the challenge for whatever reason, that's okay. If you just picked and choose, that's still okay, as long as hopefully I just hope you got something from there, something you can take away. But knowledge is nothing until you do something with it. So it's very important you set a little plan out now. What is it you need to do more of? Don't get overwhelmed. Don't use that as I'm too overwhelmed. It's too much. I can't do it. That will become an excuse. My instructor used to say that's the thing that makes us warm and fuzzy when we decide we're not going to do it. We find all the reasons why we won't, or why we can't do something, to make us feel that, I feel all warm and fuzzy now, because that way I've got a good reason why. It's easy to make excuses, but not everything has to be done in one day. You just start putting those strategies in place, have it there. If you're busy, it's good. I read a post earlier this evening by Rob Moore, and it was, I think one of the things on there was like, an entrepreneur, one of the things that they never say is, I don't have anything to do. We've always got something to do. It's never enough. We're always looking for something, it's part of, it's almost like that's part of a hobby. It almost becomes a hobby, right? So look, you've got loads to be getting on with, okay? So even if you've completed the challenge, there's still a lot there, all right? And I know that staying consistent with your social media is going to attract you so many more clients, so many more new customers. So as long as you're consistent with the post, especially those 40 that you did, and working out how you can break each one of those down, maybe into 3 or 4, depends what you do. And after today's task, again, I do recommend live video. Very good for you. You can get a lot more from there. Going out on your public, on your profile, repurposing that to different areas, you'll get so much from that. So like I said, stay consistent with it. Cover those areas. Remember that the percentage rule. So the 70% on your main platform, then maybe about 20 on the others, and then spread it out, the 10 over the other ones. So as long as you've got something working there. But if you plan it, it's a lot easier. All right, it's a lot easier. Remember, I showed you a calendar yesterday on Airtable, and then through there, it was just simple. We just had the ideas of what we got to do. So you can pass that on. You can pass it on to someone else. Look for a good PA. Try, maybe ask around. What's a good PA part-time that could just, a few hours where you say, I want this done on that. Then that's it. They'll probably take a lot of that work away from you. So it doesn't have to all be down to you. Free up some of your time so you can overlook. Now, oh yeah, but that costs money. Yes, it costs money to, for another wage, but now you're attracting more people to you to cover that wage. In theory, they should be, you have to decide on what their talents and what their things that they're going to do will bring, how much should they be bringing to you, as in terms of new members or new clients or new customers, or it depends, whatever your area of business is. Okay. All right. So today and future task, how do you feel? Also, let me know, how do you feel about making a live video? How do you feel about going on video? It can be quite daunting, I know that, but as business owners, we got to get real comfortable with being uncomfortable sometimes. And it's those things that, if you look and your competitors not doing it, then get on there, do it. I know one of my clients at the Cheltenham Martial Arts, they recycle glass, isn't it? Quite regular on doing the live videos. And I think, wow, it's like killing it. And the more you do, the more confident you become. One thing you might want to check out, if you struggle with headlines, my area of weakness is definitely sometimes coming up with the headlines or, the copy with stuff. So I generally try and ask for a little bit of help for that. Really important that you understand, where your weaknesses are. But some good tip that was given to me is going to magazine.com and just see what is on the headlines of magazines. I think I might have said that earlier in the week. It's been a long week. Feels like it's been like a month, but hey. So have a look. How do they put headlines together on magazines or newspapers? That's generally someone will write the article, but generally it's someone else's job to come up with the headlines. But there's so many different things. You just search on Google, what's a good headline for this? But generally what works is it might be come up with a headline or, for a post, 7 ways to 5 things that can, how to stuff, that kind of thing. So 7 ways, 5 ways, 9 ways, 5 things, 7 things, 9 things, whatever, 3 things you need to do today, the 10 things that help me, 10 things you must do, all that, you get the idea, right? So see what you can come up with there. It attracts some great attention. And remember, like with your personal profiles, if it's a great place to use as a platform, you're going to get much more reach, especially on Facebook. Okay, certainly on Facebook. All right, so just before we finish up, I said it's not going to be a long one tonight, and I will answer questions in here, so tag them in afterwards. Basically, though, the Growth Academy, easy for me to say, the Growth Academy starts on the 11th of January. All right, so it starts officially on the 11th of January. That is basically what that means. That's the masterminds. So I had a few questions, and I will answer some of them for you just a bit. Yeah, so those are some questions. Registration is live now. Okay, you've got until the end of Monday to register for the Growth Academy, and it's going to kick off on Tuesday. Okay, so the Growth Academy actually does kick off Tuesday, but the mastermind, the Zoom session where we can actually interact better, not in a group. In an ideal world, we would meet up, okay? But obviously, I don't want to chance that, and then we have to change plans at the moment. Who knows what's going to happen? And so it'd be Zoom every Monday, 7 till 9. But Tuesdays, or next Tuesday, that's when it really kicks off. So in actual fact, it works out longer than the 12 weeks, but it will finish on the 29th of March, okay? Unless you want to carry on, in which case there'd be like an ongoing rolling. And as a one of these founder members, you'll have a slightly different rate, but we'll talk about that as and when that happens. Okay, so if you've got any other questions about the Growth Academy, just ask. And a couple of people have asked a few things, so I'll answer them now. All right. So someone asked, could they split the payment? So I have done a low rate of $599. So that's from, I know it's the meetings will start from 11th January, but we're starting from next Tuesday basically. So I want to put weekly tasks in there for you guys to do. To get things warmed up, and then there'll be some other content videos that I'll be putting in there, some how-tos, and also you got that opportunity to ask me some extra stuff. So yeah, with the payment, I will allow you to split it, so you can split it if you need to, because like I said, I remember wanting so much to get involved in things like this, and actually generally the Growth Academy wouldn't, this is more like a mastermind program that we're going to be doing than a Growth Academy. So in terms of what I've done in the past, we never had, when I did it was like a growth accelerator or an accelerator program. The first one I did, oh my gosh, it was about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago anyway. I just need to get on this, need to get on to the next bit, want to get on to the next bit. So we didn't have the weekly sessions. It was just all in a group on Facebook Live stuff. So, but don't get me wrong, great stuff. So it's $599, and I've just reduced it simply because of COVID. That is it, simply because of COVID, and really just to give people that are in that situation, that are maybe where I was, that opportunity. Right? Oh my God, let's get my foot in the door now. Let's get as much as I can, and start learning, start doing the mastermind stuff at a good rate. It won't be like that forever. Okay, I just simply wouldn't be able to justify it, if that makes sense. So it is something I want to do at the moment until we come out of this pandemic. Will we cover more of what we have done this week? Yes, we will. Okay, and we will go over it, not again, but we will certainly look at it in a lot more detail. And as we would be in a mastermind together, some of you may come up with other ideas, and sometimes what you find is someone is that, like I said, some of you may have done parts of this week already in the past, and someone who may be a bit more in tune on those things. So it is me, yes, giving you the advice, but also we are, it's a participation where a mastermind should be, you give as much, you're giving and you're receiving, but if you've got some ideas as well, share them. And also it becomes quite a support network at the same time. I've seen it, and I have in the past, end up collaborating with people, and I see some great collaborations happen, through in a mastermind, and the ones you would least suspect as well. Will we do any more of the Facebook Live? Yes, we will go over Facebook Live, and we work on some other drills on there for those that may be a bit nervous. So there will be some additional workshops, additional training on that, the importance of it. As a mastermind as well, I'd like to get you on as an interview, so I hopefully interview on my show. I know, Natalie, you're coming on Sunday, but you get the chance to come on again. So we could split either one of your, the two businesses that you do. All right. So remember, it's all about elevating our personal profile and our personal brand, who we are, and getting our message out that way. So I'll give you some great advice on that, more than the workshop. And again, because when it's one-to-one in a mastermind like that, it's not like you're just sat there listening to me talk. We get to talk and we get to interact, and I can find out from you what, the areas that you really want to work on and improve on in that sense. Okay. What other things are you going to cover in the academy? Was another question I had. So obviously we want to work on attracting new clients, okay, attracting or new customers or new leads, and how to warm them up. So we'll be talking a lot about that, and we'll be covering a lot more about the funnel like I talked about yesterday. And I want you to consider about a book as well, and how that will benefit you, and how we can make that pivot. If you haven't done one before, if you have, all good. All right, so you'll be able to participate in that still, but we can analyze there what maybe what was good about it, what happened. And it doesn't have to be like a novel, but it's just something, again, to position. Everything about a Growth Academy is to help you grow and position you as the expert in your field as well, and the person that is going to be the go-to, and that everyone is talking, oh, I know this, but you're just on everyone's, somehow you're reaching out to be on everyone's mind somewhere. So even if it's not someone that will come to you for whatever reason, because I'm not, we're not going to go for every service, but I know a lot of people. So obviously from lots from doing my interviews, and it's not that I wouldn't buy from them, or it's just that's not a product for me, or it's not a service that. Doesn't mean to say I wouldn't promote them, or I wouldn't talk about them, or I wouldn't not going to go and comment on their posts. So you can see that that's the purpose of expanding ourselves out, using Facebook Live in more depth. Yes, so I said that one, didn't I? So yes, we will cover Facebook Live in a bit more depth. Also about setting up your own 5-day challenge on how that could really benefit you. Creating sales funnels, and basically we've just scratched the surface this week of what the Growth Academy will be about. But this group that you're in right now, the 5-day social media growth challenge, is going to close down on Tuesday. Okay, I feel I've given I know I've given a lot of time and energy and effort into it. It's been an absolute pleasure. All right, you've got so much in here, so make sure you get everything you need. I need to close it down. A couple of reasons. Possibly I'll end up running it again at some point, but the main one is it's just going to bug me at being there, and people have questions about it. All right. So if you want more in depth, obviously we've got the Growth Academy you can get involved in, but it's a limited amount. I'm not after hundreds of people on that. Not certainly, at this stage. I just want some people that, I need more. I need some more help with this. I need some more guidance. I need some more coaching, and I'm going to work. That's it. That's all. That's all the Growth Academy. That's who that would be for. That's it, guys. So look, thank you so much for this week. All right, well done. Let me know how you got on. I hope to see you in the Academy before it closes on Monday. All right, so don't forget the Academy will close Monday. If you have any questions in the meantime about the Academy, about this week, drop them in the post, drop them in the comments. I will share them and we'll talk about it and we'll get it done. I'm going to go. It's nearly 7:30. My boys are here. I've missed them. Haven't seen them this week. So I want to go and spend some time with them. We're going to watch I think we're watching The Mandalorian. We got last week's to catch up on because we watched, what was it? Oh, The Christmas Chronicles Part 2. We watched that last week. All right. Thank you for all the kind comments, by the way. Thank you for those that done the reviews for me. That means a lot. Thank you very much. It's just a pleasure that you've got something from that. All right. So thank you very much. And look out, I will be doing some more ebooks on the the how to be whatever ninja theme. Okay. All right. Peace, love. Bye-bye. Oh, Sunday, Facebook, whatever, doesn't matter. I confuse you. Academy closes Monday evening, okay? Registration. See, I need a